Imagine writing letters to a friend, not just to offer comfort or advice, but to pass along timeless wisdom on how to live, endure hardship, and find peace in a chaotic world. That's exactly what Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher, did almost 2,000 years ago. His collection, Letters from a Stoic, remains one of the most practical guides to resilience, simplicity, and meaning ever written. Unlike abstract philosophy, these letters are personal, direct, and focused on everyday struggles. Seneca writes to his friend Lucilius about wealth, time, anger, loss, and death, offering lessons that still ring true today. At its heart, Letters from a Stoic is a reminder that philosophy is not theory for scholars, but medicine for the soul. Seneca shows us how to live calmly in the face of adversity, how to master our desires, and how to focus on what truly matters. The first lesson is the value of time. Seneca warns that people guard their money but squander their time, even though time is the one resource we can never replenish. He urges us to treat time as our most precious possession. If you waste a day, you are poorer than if you lost gold. This idea resonates today more than ever in a world full of distractions. To live well is to be intentional with how you spend your hours. The second lesson is the danger of desire. Seneca criticizes the endless chase for wealth, luxury, and status. He argues that desire creates slavery because we are never satisfied. True freedom comes from needing little, from being content with what is enough. Simplicity is not deprivation, but liberation. In a consumer culture that constantly pushes us to want more, Seneca's reminder is radical. The richest person is the one who needs the least. The third lesson is resilience in adversity. Seneca faced exile, political intrigue, and even a forced suicide under Emperor Nero. Yet his letters emphasize that adversity is part of life, not an exception to it. He encourages us to rehearse misfortune mentally, to imagine losing wealth, comfort, or even life itself, so that when hardship comes, we are prepared. This practice, called premeditation of evils, reduces fear and strengthens courage. The fourth lesson is the mastery of anger. Seneca wrote extensively on how destructive anger can be. In his letters, he urges Lucilius to see anger as temporary madness, something that clouds judgment and harms both ourselves and others. The Stoic response is restraint, pause, breathe, and remember that anger solves nothing. Modern psychology echoes this unchecked anger, damages relationships and health, while patience leads to better outcomes. The fifth lesson is friendship. While Stoicism often emphasizes self-sufficiency, Seneca reminds us that friendship is one of life's greatest joys. True friends support virtue, challenge us to grow, and provide comfort in hardship. But he warns against shallow friendships based only on utility or pleasure. Real friendship is based on character and shared values. The sixth lesson is the acceptance of death. Seneca urges Lucilius to remember that life is short and uncertain. Death is natural and inevitable. Fearing it only wastes the life we have. By meditating on mortality, we learn to value each day and focus on what matters. This memento mori practice is not about despair, but about urgency, living fully while we can. The seventh lesson is the importance of self-control. Seneca writes about temperance in pleasures, caution in ambition, and moderation in all things. Freedom, for him, is not doing whatever you want, but mastering your desires and impulses. The person who is a slave to cravings or fears is never truly free. The eighth lesson is perspective on wealth. Seneca himself was wealthy, but he constantly reflected on its dangers. Wealth, he says, is indifferent, neither good nor bad, but the pursuit of it at all costs corrupts the soul. He advises Lucilius to enjoy wealth if it comes, but never depend on it. The wise man can live simply if fortune changes. The 9th lesson is the cultivation of virtue. Like all Stoics, Seneca believes that virtue is the only true good. Success, health, and fortune are fleeting, but living justly, courageously, and wisely is within our power. Virtue is not just moral theory, it is a daily practice in how we treat others, how we speak, and how we choose. The 10th lesson is the practice of philosophy itself. For Seneca, philosophy is not abstract, but deeply practical. To philosophize is to learn how to die, how to live, and how to endure. He tells Lucilius that reading, reflection, and daily practice are essential for growth. Philosophy is training for life. So, how can we apply letters from a Stoic today? First, guard your time. Treat each day as valuable and don't waste it on trivialities. Second, simplify your desires. Practice gratitude for what you have and reduce dependence on luxuries. Third, prepare for adversity. Imagine setbacks so you are ready when they come. Fourth, master anger. Pause before reacting and choose patience over rage. Fifth, invest in true friendships. Seek companions of virtue who help you grow. Sixth, meditate on mortality. Let awareness of death sharpen your focus on life. Seventh, practice self-control. Resist impulses and cultivate freedom through discipline. Eighth, use wealth wisely, but don't depend on it. Ninth, live with virtue, courage, justice, wisdom, and moderation. 10th, make philosophy a daily practice, not just a theory. Modern relevance is striking. Seneca's letters could have been written for our age of consumerism, distraction, and anxiety. Social media tempts us to waste time and chase validation. Seneca reminds us, time is precious, comparison is foolish, and virtue is enough. The world pushes us to want more. Seneca tells us to want less. We fear adversity, but Seneca shows that hardship builds resilience. We fear death, but Seneca teaches that death gives urgency to life. Think about how this applies to modern work culture. Many people spend long hours chasing promotions or bigger salaries, believing they will find happiness once they arrive. Seneca would say, this is a trap. If you cannot find peace now, you won't find it in the next job title. Similarly, in relationships, people often chase popularity or shallow approval instead of cultivating true friendship. Seneca reminds us to seek depth, not breadth, and to choose friends of character over crowds of admirers. Even with technology, Seneca's wisdom applies. Phones and apps consume our attention, but attention is life. If Seneca were alive today, he might warn us that endless scrolling is a thief of the soul. Perhaps the most powerful part of Seneca's writing is its intimacy. These are not abstract doctrines, but personal reminders from a man who lived through political danger, personal loss, and constant uncertainty. His wisdom is not just about survival, but about living nobly, even in the face of death. The big takeaway from Letters from a Stoic is this: philosophy is not about lofty theories, but about living wisely every day. Guard your time, simplify your desires, embrace adversity, value friendship, accept death, and practice virtue. Seneca's voice, echoing across centuries, tells us that even in uncertain times, peace is possible if we master ourselves. That was Letters from a Stoic by Seneca, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 10 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you guarding your time, preparing for adversity, or accepting death? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, wealth can be lost, health can fade, but wisdom remains yours.